This serious question for the guys. I have this conversation with my female friends, I think, like, I'm not even kidding, once a week. So I'm just curious what the real reasoning is behind it. But most of my girlfriends say that whenever they're out, they never get approached by guys, ever. And maybe like one girl in the friend group who does get approached, it's not like she's a total standout from the group. But for some reason, like a specific girl might just like get hit on a lot. I don't know. But not even in a biased way. I think that some of my friends are very, very beautiful. Like, actually, I'm not just saying that to be nice. So it makes me really curious as to why guys don't go up to them. Is it like, one, even if you see an attractive girl, like you're just hanging out with your friends, you don't really care? Two, you're just simply not attracted to her? Three, maybe you like think she's just like in a relationship, or like she's just super standoffish and like bitchy looking, or like in general you just like don't want to deal with any type of rejection. Like, is it the guy's point of view, or is it just like the girls are putting out this weird vibe, or like just guys don't find them attractive? I don't know. But most of my friends like want to meet guys in person, but then they go out and just like nothing really happens.
So apparently single men are starting to become afraid to approach women in real life because they don't want to be viewed as creepy.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out. Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm going to just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, "Excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy," I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
Women are failing men. Ladies, the reason that no man is approaching you is because of you, not them. I did the dirty work and asked men why they were afraid to talk to you and got over 5,000 responses. And there was definitely a common theme. Let's read some. I would say fear of rejection and being humiliated in front of everyone. I am not worthy enough to talk to women. I just have nothing to offer them except boring, normal life. Rejection paralyzes me. Current culture feels like I will be perceived as a creep for talking to a girl I don't know. Mostly it's the fear of rejection, like I'm bothering them somehow. Rejection, maybe. Ending up on TikTok, if you get my drift. Worried about being judged for not meeting the woman's appearance standards. So to the ladies, do better. The environment that you've created for men is only leading to the singleness that you continue to complain about. And to the men, maybe knowing that these responses were a trend amongst 5,000 of you is a bit reassuring, if anything.
Are you hearing yourselves? Like, do you like women? What exactly is the tactic here? To beat down the self-esteem of all women collectively so that we have no choice but to lower our standards and accept your low effort / mediocre love attempts? I never said that men don't approach me when I go out. I was pointing out a pattern of behavior I was seeing at a party that I was at that I feel like is more representative of the average NYC man. Stingy men are a huge ick, so we are immediately not compatible. Reading through the comments in that last video, you guys sound pathetic. Why would any woman date you? Like, being told off rip that you have zero desire to put in the effort to make any romantic connection work. Like, you don't want to show interest by buying a drink. What is wrong with you? Who raised you? Like, why do you think that's a good thing to admit on the internet? Like, why go to parties then? What was the point of getting dressed? That particular party was not free, so why would you pay for a ticket to? As a man hearing these questions, if your mind immediately jumps to, I'm accusing you of being gay, then you just don't have the critical thinking skills required to, like, meaningfully engage in this discussion. Because it goes beyond buying drinks. It really just communicates that in a relationship, you are not willing to do the things that you know will make your partner happy or feel desired. And fear of rejection, like, be fucking for real. You know who has a real reason to fear rejection? Women. Like, we can literally die over a man's ego. Get some confidence and figure it out, because insecure men are literally a danger hazard for women. I've had a man literally chase me down the street and try to throw water bottles at my head simply because I didn't respond to a compliment that he gave me because I was walking down the street with headphones in.
Some of them will even say, "Oh, I'm used to girls walking up to me." Insane. But
What happened to
not
your
insane.
What happened to your natural instinct? Is that gone now? Are men just choosing not to walk up to women? Is that a thing?
Kind of a thing. Kind of a thing. Fear is real. Mental health is real. The anxiety of trying to approach someone is real.
Millennials, if you didn't know, they're the age range here. They would have had to been born between 1981 and 1996
Yes.
to be a millennial. Now let's look at some of the top dating apps right now. The creator of Tinder, Sean Rad, is 37. The creator of Hinge is Justin McLeod at 39. And the creator of Bumble is Whitney Wolf Hurd at 34. They got to think to yourself here, a lot of Gen Zs are talking about how the streets are trash, there's no one out there right now. And a lot of them used to subscribe to dating apps. They've given up on dating apps. And now there's the same people that don't even know how to date.
Okay.
How many Gen Zs have you come across that would genuinely say, I don't even know how to walk up to a woman. I don't know how to pursue a woman. I'm not used to that. Some of them will even say, oh, I'm used to girls walking up to me.
Insane. But
What happened to
not
your
insane.
What happened to your natural instinct? Is that gone now?
Yo, I don't see the point of approaching women or bagging women. There's no point unless you know. The only way you get her is if you already know she's into you.
So what if you're out somewhere and you find an attractive woman? You're not going to go up to her?
There's no point.
Why?
Because they choose. There's absolutely no point of. What do you mean how?
But how do you know you're not chosen if you don't go up to her?
You don't have to go up to when a woman wants what she wants, she shows you that she wants it.
Not all women
lie.
do that.
All y'all looking at the camera, lie and say y'all don't. These women listen, there's dudes that don't gotta do nothing but breathe. Hey, I think you're so handsome. I think you're this. Women will come up to them. I used to be one of those guys. And then
Which one? Which one were you? Come on now. Which one were you? The one that women used to come up to you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There've been a few comments like this where guys have said they won't approach because they don't want to make a woman feel uncomfortable. I don't quite get comments like this because talk to women in a way that you would any other female in your life. Your female friends, your sister, your mum. Like, you wouldn't be talking to any of them in a way that makes them feel uncomfortable unless you're being aggressive in some way. A simple hi, hello, how you going doesn't make people feel uncomfortable. That's how a normal person talks to another person. But if you're not getting anything back, then I would stop the conversation there and step back. You will make her feel uncomfortable though if you don't leave her alone when she is clearly not interested. Or if you come on too strong. So keep it simple. Talk to girls the way you would talk to any other female in your life that, you know, is close to you. Doesn't have to be any serious intentions behind it. It could be as simple as just trying to get to know them and being friendly.
Why no men are actually approaching women in society today when it comes to relationships or dating. And this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but it's because of how the women interact with men when men try to respectfully approach you and get to know you. These are the types of responses I get from other men in their interactions with women. The number one thing I hear from them is fear of rejection. No surprise there. No one likes to get metaphorically slapped in the face when you're trying to meet a beautiful woman and you're just trying to have a general conversation to see if they want to connect with you. Men think that they're not worthy enough. That because their life seems normal, the women are just disinterested in them. And this is always a good one. We come off looking like a creep just because we want to have a normal conversation. I keep hearing rejection, rejection, rejection. More or less, we just become a bother. And then this one is my favorite of all. Men not feeling like they can live up to the standards of what this individual wants the man to have. I'm not 6 foot. I don't make 6 figures. I don't do this, this, and this. I don't have this IQ. I don't have this kind of job. I don't speak this way. I don't look this way. I don't have the jawline. It's unending. Because society has conditioned women to foster this idea, this environment that leads to all of the singleness and the sole reason why men do not want to be in a relationship today.
To my ladies, I need you to listen to me for a second. This is for you. Guys have no problem pursuing you. I promise you. It's in our nature to want to go after the woman that we want. But the reason why a lot of us men do not care to pursue women anymore is because we know in our hearts that we're in competition with so many other guys. And before you sit there and say, oh, what's wrong with a little bit of competition? These women know that. And instead of y'all going after the guy that y'all know is truly good for you, you'll sit there and let these men fight for you over and over again until the last one is standing. And quite frankly, for me, if I know I'm in competition with another guy and a girl is playing me against another dude, yeah, not happening. See, a problem with a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women, is that y'all ego tells y'all that y'all have so many options. But I'm going to tell you something as a man. Just because a lot of men want you does not mean they want you for real. A lot of these dudes lust after y'all. A lot of these dudes only want you for your flesh. So while you playing games with the dude that really rock with y'all, you choose the dude who really just want to use you, and then after he done with you, you end up saying all guys ain't shit, but really you the problem. Like I said before, I ain't got no problem going up to a girl, asking her for a phone number and everything like that. But as soon as I see that there's no interest, that's where you lost me. A lot of guys with self-respect are not going to sit around and just boost your ego while you entertaining other dudes. I go for the woman that want me.
And ask her for her name and try to start a conversation. You feel me? That's the first thing. The second thing is that you guys label that as toxic to only the men that you're not interested in. And the problem with the men that you are interested in, the one that you are throwing all those hints to, well, guess what? Those men have a whole bunch of other better looking women throwing hints at them too. You can't compete, and that's what you need to understand. You can't compete with the other types of females that are throwing the same hints to those type of dudes, man. A lot of women forgot that they are average at best. You know, most of y'all below average. You feel me? So you need average or below average dude to feel comfortable approaching you. But when the average and below average dude feels like, man, if I approach any female at any time, this could turn real ugly for me. I mean, you're already screaming at the camera, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all did it to yourselves, ladies.
And we were just talking about how men never approach women. And I get it. It's nerve-wracking. It's uncomfortable. It could be like severe rejection, all these things. But it's frustrating when it feels like women have to do all of the work. And we were sitting there observing, and there was only one girl that was really talking to a few men. And every single time she was approaching them. So what is it? Like, what do women need to do to be approachable?
I hate when I think a man's good looking and then I look at him and then he doesn't approach me. Like, did you not see me just look right at you? Like, that was your sign. Like, that was me shooting my shot. Like, I looked right at you. Like, I looked away pretty quickly. Like, it was kind of one of these, ooh, you know? But, like, that was your sign.
Real talk, many men don't approach because they're afraid of expressing their sexual desires. In fact, a lot of them are ashamed of it because they don't want to be labeled as a creep by some crazy TikTok chick. So they refrain from doing it altogether, and then they end up being seen as not bold or masculine enough for the women they want, when in reality, they're just trying to be respectful. Ladies, I'm not defending bad behavior. One of my most uncomfortable memories is walking around Beirut in a blue fitted dress, having men gawk and whistle at me. But you have to understand, a lot of this is confusing to men. On the one hand, we ask them to leave us alone, but on the other hand, we complain that they don't approach us. So what do I propose? If you want to be approached, make it obvious. Get off your phone when you're in public, smile, and say hi. Let's be collaborative instead of contributing to the problem.